Hello again, and right now it's just about 10 o'clock here in Oregon. That's just happened to get back from Hobbit Battle of Five Armies, and I definitely enjoyed it. I mean, as the final chapter goes, as well as the final Tolkien film directed by Peter Jackson, and it may not be Return of the King, which is definitely one of my favorite second sequels ever, that's managed to wrap everything up nicely, and also provide a satisfying if bittersweet end to all the Tolkien fantasy we have endured over the past decade or so. That's around 13 years of it. And so, as the title implies, the cover covers the last section of The Hobbit, which I'm now gonna be saying for the last time that it may have been a shorter book, but just so much happened in it that I can actually justify adapting it this way. The Battle of Smaug, the battle with Smaug that's opened the film, and brought upon its end, and it's definitely a solid opening act that takes up the first half hour or so. That's I know, yes. Yes, the battles in this film are definitely spectacular, in a sense I mean, even though I definitely liked the story and characterization of the Return of the King did, Jackson remained a man of spectacle to the end, in a sense. Not bad for a former B-movie director, I would say. Hey, that's... and to its end, it also included lots of elements from the Lord of the Rings, as well as the appendixes. That's not going to give away how exactly it ends, and you'll have to see it for yourself rather than read the book again. But I think you'll be pleasantly surprised, as you were with Harry Potter. There's ending. That's so it definitely has a lot of long stretches in there. That film is about 2 hours and 24 minutes long, almost 2.5 hours. That's in fact almost 3 hours. Hours in many ways. That of the armies of men, dwarves, elves, orcs, two kinds of orcs at least, that start taking this up. But the use of the New Zealand location and the set pieces they battled through was incredible. All that. Where the digital CGI, of course, is impressive as always. I mean, you have to forgive the rain. And I think I only noticed one element that kind of was a bit dodgy. That's when one of the armies of dwarves, their leader Dan, was riding this boar. It seemed that it was a bit shaky, but I mean it's mild, but still the rest of the effects are top notch. As Wade Digital has proven in the past. And the massive armies in that these are very well put together. And the higher frame speed, as with the first couple entries, that it can be a bit distracting, especially from a pacing standpoint, but it still is enjoyable. And also, people are probably going to mention this, but yes, the end itself does drag a bit. I mean, not quite as much as Return of the King did, and which I do admit is one of the few flaws of that one. But it is overall a solidly enjoyable film. You just have to forgive me for picking the popcorn on my teeth there. That it is definitely going to be another massive hit, and above all, this is a fitting end to all the fantasy they've had in all this time. You have to forgive me; it's getting a bit warm in here. And you can tell I'm actually quite excited about this whole thing, that given how I'm still kind of collect myself over it all, this fantasy completely coming to an end, and the acting is definitely well put, well defined, and given both the classically trained actor as well as the younger ones they've hired to play the dwarves, as well as the younger Bilbo Martin Freeman, and that definitely enjoys seeing Ian McKellen on screen, as well as Orlando Bloom one last time. Since I didn't see a Lord of the Rings in theaters, but I definitely took advantage of trying to see at least the first one and this last one in theaters, even though I had to go play a DVD review of Delicious Smaug. As you can see, if you haven't seen it, I'm going to be posting a link to this on my other Hobbit review. So, be that as it may, it was a satisfying end to all this, and it's an improvement of Delicious Smaug, so I'm rendering my verdict. I'm going to give this film 3.5 out of 4. I'm going to have a cut here to talk about the trailers, and there are a lot of them at this one, and so get ready for a bit of a long one today. Okay, first one's gonna be the one that stood out to me the most. First one I showed, Avengers: Age of Ultron, which I already did a discussion on. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. I mean, every time I see the trailer, it just gets me more and more excited. I mean, since it's gonna be the last one of Phase 2 before Phase 3 begins. Gonna have a discussion on that. And still. And with this, yes, we have a massive. Yeah, all these massive battles. Even more. I think that's probably going to be doing for Avengers what the Dark Knight did for Batman and Begins. That's going to be taking what we already liked about the original one and improving on it in a way. That's as well as giving a satisfying movie in itself. Since Ultron, I can definitely say that both the versions for the effects look impressive with all they showing us, as well as James Spader's performance very unsettling since he's a very underrated actor in my opinion, and apart from the Hulkbuster armor that's going to be used again, since I had a feeling in Iron Man 3 they're going to be setting it up massively since. And also the appearance of Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, as well as there's more of Captain America and Thor and the Hulk, as well as Hawkeye and Black Widow, unless some other figures I'm not recognizing yet. I suppose we'll find out more about them. Okay, another big one that's gonna be in 2015 in Jurassic World. That sort of soft reboot, as well as a sequel to the long-running franchise based on the novels of the late Michael Crichton, and that I think it's going to be at the very least better than Jurassic Park 3 was. That given how Joe Johnston, he's done some good work in the past, but just didn't think this type of thing suited him. But Colin Trevorrow, we're already shown. I don't know, it looks quite impressive, especially with the advanced paleontology they've had in the past 20 years since all the years since the first film came out. Given how the dinosaurs now being seen as ancestors to our modern predatory birds. I mean, birds with the feathers and whatnot. Also, the genetically engineered carnosaurs as they're going to be unveiling. And of course, there's none other than Star-Lord himself, in there, Chris Pratt. That sense, I'm definitely confident he can definitely bring in sort of sense of energy to the film, as well as given how with the way he did in Guardians of the Galaxy, as well as in Popular Creation. Heck, even though I didn't find the Lego movies good as others said, I definitely did enjoy his performance in that as well. Oh, that's never would have thought I would expected that. And also yet another one that looks to be big, Terminator Genesis. Is that I think at the very least probably going to be ignoring the events of Salvation, and then might be taking place in between the first and second ones, which second one's still my favorite of the four ones, and so going to be using elements from the first two to the most well regarded, and then even Alan Taylor with Thor: The Dark World, which I may consider viewing on Marvel March, which I may be bringing back next year. Yeah, it definitely has a lot of sense television work, and so I just hope the script's going to be better this time, since T3 was not that bad, but to me, Terminator Salvation was. I mean, if I can muster the energy, I may do a Terminator movie marathon, given how they're going to be bringing Arnold back, and going to be a lot of notable actors in it. I mean, Matt Smith, the 11th Doctor, I haven't seen his episodes yet, but I heard they were good. I mean, that and all I can say is good luck, because I think 5 years later that rant that Christian Bale was given to his assistant director was actually more entertaining than the actual movie. I mean, so when so as you can tell, I'm pretty much doing these in descending order once most of me since and Taken 3, he should be enjoyable as the first one was. I haven't seen the second one yet, but I'd like to at least rent it sometime. Given how, even and though Liam Neeson is pushing 60, he can definitely still kick all kinds of ass, as it were. Since the director I'm not entirely familiar with. I think I'm still trying to remember who he was, but I definitely think I should enjoy it, since it's coming out not long before my 23rd birthday in January. It's in the day before my 23rd birthday. That's... I never thought I'd be doing this for so long, to be honest. Since I think I'm still gonna be doing my 3-year reflection soon, at the end of the year rather than at the beginning of the year like I did have before. I switch that up. And yep, the last one, which really did not leave much impression, was Night Museum 3. I've said all I can say about that one now. Given how it just came off the end of the Tolkien saga and the Hobbit trilogy, nothing more. I can say nothing more about that one. Anyway, that's all I had to say for now. Leave in comments box below on the Google Plus page, what have you. I shall see you later.